This call is being recorded.
Now allow yourselves, if you haven't already, to begin to come back into a normal state of consciousness and circulation, fully revitalized and refreshed. I am Saint Germain. And as always, it is wonderful to be with you, to be able to share with you, to be able to experience with you. For many of you are dear to me, many more than you can know at this point. We have had lifetimes together. We have had experiences together. Those of you, as I am speaking now, know who I am speaking to. We have shared wine together, various social gatherings together. I have always been a very social sort. I've always enjoyed a party here and there, wherever it could be. As you have heard many times, we are preparing a party, a celebration, beyond any celebration that you could even imagine yet at this point. Take the best party that you ever went to and multiply that hundreds of times over, and you will have a beginning understanding of what it will be when you first connect with those of your loved ones that you long ago left or that they left you. You will have a reunion, a reuniting that will bring the energy up within you like you cannot imagine at this point. But it will happen. It is happening. Many of you will experience the Kundalini energy. You will experience the rising of this Kundalini energy. It will happen at times that you will not even be prepared for. Yet it will happen. And when it does, allow it to be. Let it move forth. Let it complete. This is the process. This is the ascension process that will bring this Kundalini energy up within you. All will be as it needs to be in that moment. I spoke to James earlier. To use the word urgent, did not understand at that time why that word was used, for it has not been used before. Normally it is a message from Sananda, a message from Saint Germain, a message from Archangel Michael. But this time, an urgent message, an urgent and timely message. What is it that is so urgent, you might ask? And I will tell you. As you know, everything is in flux now. Everything is shifting. The cabal is coming down to their knees. All that was prepared, all that was planned for, when those of us, what you call your forefathers, gathered in that day and signed that great paper, that proclamation of freedom. At that time, we all knew what was at stake. We all knew what could be the result, both positive and negative. But we forged forth, we moved ahead Some were afraid, but they overcame it. Just as you yourselves now must overcome those things which are in the process of happening. Not to be afraid, but to move forth, to continue on. For a shift is in the works now, a shift that has been spoken of many times. This shift is going to change much. I speak now of those things which are just before and just after what is being called the event or the changeover. We prefer the term changeover because you are changing over from one paradigm into another. This new paradigm is what was planned for that day back in 1776. This was that time. This is that time now again. No, there will not be a new signing of a document. There will be a proclamation or an announcement of a major shift in consciousness, in understanding. And we are all now at that verge of what was begun long ago is now coming to fruition. Will now move everyone forward to a new understanding, a new level of consciousness and vibration that will take even the most cynical, most questioning individuals and bring them forward also. No one will be immune to these changes. Everyone will be a part of it in some way, within their own way. But you are all going to be a part of it, and already are a part of it. Because as of this shift that I speak of now, you are already in the middle of that shift. Many of you are feeling the energies. You are feeling the changes come over you. You are feeling your chakras coming alive. If you do not know that it's the chakras, it is. They're coming alive again. Some of you are doing specific exercises to make this happen. But I tell you that it is already happening within all of you. Within your sleep state, you are finding yourselves on ships. You are finding yourself down in inner earth. Even if you are not yet remembering. That time is also coming, where you will begin fully to remember those experiences, as some of you already are. This is a time, and this was why the word timely, because you are right on the cusp. You are coming close to what Sananda calls the crescendo of all that you have been building toward. Full crescendo will be when the event, when the changeover fully develops. But up until that point, you are working toward it and you are preparing to be the mentors to all those others that come after you. You will receive mentors, yes, but you are becoming the mentors as well. You will be the learned ones. You will be the ones that those coming after the later waves of ascension will be looking toward. You will be the ones, as Sananda speaks of, to sit at those council tables, if you are ready. This group is especially being prepared for this, as well as others. This is a special time, a special place, a special moment, just prior to some major shifts in consciousness that are coming. You hear of arrests. You hear of the cabal coming down to their knees. And yes, that is so. But we would never condone the extermination, the killing of your brothers and sisters, even though they have done much, and they would, at a moment's notice, do harm to you. But you are not at their consciousness level. They must come up to your consciousness level, just as you are rising to our consciousness, to our vibration. I realize this has been long, but it is necessary. One more thing I speak of that is a continuation of what was started back in that day of signing of the Declaration. It's the reestablishment and the announcement of what you know of as Nasara and all that comes with it. But know that as you have read about Nasara or heard of it, it has shifted some as well. Some of the things have been taken out of it and others added to it. And it will not quite resemble those things earlier that you read. But it is a portion of that, a very strong portion of that. And it is an understanding that will bring this world, this planet, to be ready to be received and receive those from above and below. It is a necessary part of this. First, this must be enacted. And it will be. I appreciate your time, your efforts, your love, your sense of oneness as you continue to remember who you are, the totality of you as the creator source within you. I am Saint Germain. May the violet light be always shining within you as you shine it outward as well. All of my peace and love be with all of you.
Thank you.
Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om. Greetings to you.
Greetings.
Wonderful to be with you here, and we need to follow that. Don't know if we can do it, but we will do our best. You always know that when we're here, we will do our best. And yes, there's that wants to join in here on the phone, we hear. Uh-oh. Time for echoes. Have we completed that now?
Yeah.
Yes, it's gone. Good. Very good. Our computer guy did it again. Although he doesn't, I think he's the computer guy. Ha ha ha, he is. Any anyway, we're so happy to be here and to be a part of this expression as always. And we do not have a message to follow that. Like we said, that was a difficult one to follow here. So much was said, and it is something that we would suggest that you listen to or read several times over, because there were many, not so much hints in there, but somewhat, yes, but some messages within those words that were given. And ask for you to look deeply within that and find those hidden messages that he had there. And if you do, you will find what we speak of here now. So we would turn this over to, to me here, but to our question and answer time. Fire away, people.
I have a question. This is Mary Louise in Flagstaff, and was one of the hidden messages or hints in the 1776 time, thinking July 4th and the mention of Nasera. So would we be on track if we are putting that together, that Nasera is going to come on July 4th or around July 4th time?
Would that not be wonderful that could be? And we cannot say that because we are out of the time-giving business here. We cannot give those dates anymore. But every once in a while a hint is given here and there. And that is up to you then to discern and then to understand what is being said here. So to say it is going to be July 4th or August 13th or September 21st or whatever it might be, could be any one of those days, hint, hint. And so much can come as a result of all of this that is being said is coming and is already here. And that is the thing, though, that we must help you to understand. It is not so much that what is coming, it is that it has already happened at the higher levels. And it is just needing to come and manifest now in your physical level here. Your physical, and yet in the illusion here. But the illusion is fading, people. It is fading very rapidly. The veil is coming down. This is why, and we were motioning to James here earlier to say this, but he did not. When you were speaking of the greens and the blues and all of this, this is the veil coming down. This is what is happening here. Vibrations are increasing everywhere. The veil is coming down. The curtain is coming, curtain is going down, up. What is it here? Whatever it might be, okay? You understand, though, the analogy with the play here, that it is shifting, it is changing. You are going to begin to see that little man behind the curtain. The Wizard of Oz, you know? You're going to see him. He cannot be hidden much longer back there. And many are seeing him already because that veil is coming down everywhere. And it has been there a long time, and you have found yourself so much in the illusion behind this veil, and some don't even know that the veil exists. They have come so much into the programming that was created here. But you yourselves know of this veil. You hear of it. It is a scientific fact now that it is there. And it is coming down rapidly. But to think about this just for a moment, okay? When that veil comes down, be ready to see dead people. Literally. Speak here literally. You are going to see many things that are not there for you now because of this veil. Get ready for this, okay? Other questions here? Other questions?
Well, the summer solstice is this week, and I'm really excited about this. Is there anything you can share?
Here's another one. What's another date here? We just gave 3 here. It could be any one of those. It is like your what is the cups thing and the ball under the cups. Do not know which cup it's going to be, though. We move it around and around and around and around, and you can't follow that little ball in the cup. But it could be any one of those 3 dates. And it could be even beyond that, depending working on consciousness, mass consciousness shift here. You always need to look at that and understand that nothing is written in stone unless it is. Okay?
Okay.
You have technology to read the collective consciousness, the galactics do. So what is the report on the collective consciousness now? Not not Wednesday, not July 4th, not August 13th, but today, at this moment, what is the report on the collective consciousness, please?
The collective consciousness, as you know it, is shifting greatly. Lights are coming on everywhere. Flames, flickering flames as we see them, coming on everywhere. And we have used this analogy before, and last time we said X-Files, but no, it is X-Men. And the professor going into that machine and seeing all of the time the lights flickering on for the mutants, but not the mutants now, but the light workers and light warriors and all of those that are coming into the awakening state. It is happening rapidly now. And if you could be in a ship and see this, you would be amazed, looking at the computer systems that are there. Not like your computers, nothing like that, but consciousness computers. See? Think about this. This is the technology you are moving toward within the transition stage. And when you have moved through this transition stage and moved into the ascension fully, there will not be a need for some of these technologies, but some of them are so high in vibration that you will continue to utilize this, and you yourselves, if you choose, you will be the ones then that will be up on the ships and all of this, and be able to be the mentors to all of those on other planets that are going through similar experiences such as you are here. Think, you could be the Saint Germains, you could be the Sanandas, the Christ. See? How do you like how we get around that particular time thing you say here? We just keep going on and on and on, and then you lose sight of what your question even was to begin with.
What was that?
I have a question.
Yes.
How much power do we have as individuals and as a collective to create the shift in terms of speaking it and saying it? How much power do we have?
My goodness, you are the power. You are the love. You are the consciousness shift. You are. Each and every one of you, and all of the collective consciousness here on the planet, and all of those that are mentoring to you from above and below, all are a part of this. As we continue to say, all is being orchestrated to bring this all about. Nothing is being left to chance, but everything is being left to be a part of the shift as things continue on.
How clear do we have to be about that power?
All you need to do is be clear about the power within you. You do not need to be concerned about the power within anyone else, or how they are looking at something, what their opinions are on something, what their ideology is on something. Only you. Only where you are, not where they are. They are where they are. Let them be. You are where you are. You focus on you, and everything else works out, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Other questions here?
I have a question.
Okay.
I would like more clarity on the light chambers. For example, I hear that there's light chambers available here on Earth now, and in the United States, as a matter of fact. And yet, I've previously heard that we go to the light chambers on the ships. So, obviously in anticipation of wanting to do that, can you give us more about what that's going to look like, how it's going to happen, and obviously how soon?
The light chambers, as you know them now, are nothing like what you are going to experience on the ships, in the inner Earth, in Talos, all of this, the cities of light, nothing like this at all. But it is a precursor, it is a beginning of this. Just as your 3D printer is the beginning of the accelerators, or the replicators, rather. Accelerator is the word that is used for the light chambers, but the replicators. So the 3D printer is a precursor, a beginning of the replicators. So you are going to experience when the vibration is right, not when the time is right, but when the vibration is right, you will find yourself in these accelerators, these light chambers, these crystal chambers, if you are wanting to. Some will not want to do it. They're going to say, I'm not getting in that box. I'm not getting into that chamber with all the lights and all of this. Who knows what it's going to do to me? You see, some will have this fear of this and will not go into it, and therefore will not experience the change and shift that can come as a result of this. You yourselves, though, are being prepared for this. Many of you have experienced this already in the astral and etheric forms of yourselves, and have experienced some of the shift and the change and the healing capabilities that is there. But when you have gone in your astral forms or your etheric forms, you come back still the same age, do you not? So it is not the same as when you are up on the ship in your physical bodies, not quite like they are now, but shifted, changed, higher vibration, more crystalline state, as opposed to carbon. All of this, as you are there for this, you will then experience not only healing of the body, but a rejuvenation of the body. This is pre to your ascension. For once you have ascended, then you will be able to simply think it and you will be it. And as to the soon, you know our answer to that one. Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, soon.
Thank you.
Other questions here? We have so much fun with you guys. They're over there saying, we're just watching my words here, making sure I don't give away too many secrets here. But that will come for the advance, okay?
Okay.
Many secrets coming in the advance.
All right.
Get ready.
I have a question about higher self.
Yes, one of our favorite subjects.
Are the part of us that are designated as our higher self already ascended?
Ah, very good question. Yes and no.
Oh, dang.
Some are higher, you might say, than others in terms of vibration, in terms of frequency. And some are learning, experiencing, moving ahead, just as you are. Their higher selves may be a little bit higher than what they are in their physical forms, because it is the higher self that puts down that physical form as a personality. But the higher selves, as you know them, are not a collective ascension here. You understand this?
Not a collective ascension, meaning that some of them are not
Yes,
in different places.
that is correct.
But some of them have ascended?
For instance, we will use this example. Those members of the Cabal, those of their higher selves, although higher in vibration than they are at this time now, they are not that high, you might say, because they have been influenced. And because they have been influenced, they have then influenced their lower selves. This is a little bit different idea than you might have thought of previously. That all higher selves are way up there and can do everything and know everything. No, that is not correct. Some are learning, some are coming back to the light. You see?
As higher self, like, for example, I feel strongly that I'm communicating with my higher self a lot, because things that come to me I don't think about, they just show up and come through my mouth. And does the higher self is that where the intuition is, in the higher self?
Very much so.
Down to the lower self.
Very much so. And your particular higher self is up there on the ship, watching over you. Always.
And she's the commander.
She's the commander, yes. The commander.
On that ship.
Why do you think you have some of your personality here?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I think we all need to start calling you Commander Joanna. Yes, Commander Joanna.
I'm okay with that.
Let's see if James goes with that one.
No, you won't be okay with that.
He has enough trouble calling you Joanna, let alone Commander Joanna. You've always been Joanne. But he's trying, just as you are trying to change to James here.
Yeah, no, I understand. We're all trying to evolve.
Yes. Just as Cynthia was Cindy long ago. Other questions here?
A question actually
Yes.
about those of us who study human DNA realize that there's a huge portion of our DNA encodings that are not used. A lot of scientists call them junk DNA. Now we know from legend that we used to have a 12-stranded bundle of DNA rather than a double helix 2-stranded. Is that, a lot of us look at that as though there's nothing special about our DNA in general, and most of it, of course, is not being used. It's called junk DNA. So why are other species so interested in our DNA in general? What's so special about our DNA, other than the fact that we're a mix of many different species?
You just said it there. You're a mix of many different species, many different civilizations coming from many different planet systems, all of this. And your DNA has been disconnected long ago by those nefarious ones that attempted to gain control, which they did in many respects. When they disconnected your DNA, they were able to assume control. But understand, they did not disconnect it all the way from 12 to 2. It was a continuous process down, just as it is going to be a continuous process back up, you see. And many of those children that you are hearing of, and beginning more and more to hear of, they're coming in with their 3 connected here. Not the double helix, but the triple now. And some even are coming in with more than this. And this is then the capabilities, or allowing for the capabilities that they are showing in terms of telepathy, telekinesis, all of these types of things that are coming. Now, you yourselves are in the process, as you go through this ascension process, you are in the process of reconnecting your DNA. Many of the experiences that you are having on the ships down in inner Earth, in your dream state, in your visions, is bringing this about. You may not know it, but as you are experiencing those things around you that others are not seeing, this is an indication that your DNA is coming back together, at least to the third level here, you see? And it will be a major shift, just going from 2 to 3. Imagine what it would be 2 to 12. And you begin to grasp where those that are coming down to you and those some that are down below, where they are in their development, some even beyond the 12. You see? Does this answer your question?
Thank you.
No.
Yes.
I'd like to ask if DNA part of us that is not accessible at this time and resides in that DNA that is not connected.
Huh? Who? Where is he? No, I'm in the room.
All these crazy people.
What's going on?
If
Somebody wanted to join in the party here, or they're having their own party wherever they are. Yes.
So that part of the DNA that's not connected or not accessible to us, if those that are sampling our DNA, other civilizations, other extraterrestrials that are taking our DNA, are they accessing ours?
You are speaking now of what are called the Greys.
Or anybody that's sampling our DNA that are, that are people that are experiencers that go up on ships physically and are, their sperm is taken and their ovum are taken, et cetera.
They are no longer doing this. This has been stopped.
Huh. We
Okay.
should probably tell Linda Moulton how that.
Yes, they, in very small circumstances where there is a connection with those that are attempting to do this, they are working with them.
So,
It is not the abduction thing, though, that you had heard about so long ago here. Not this anymore. Not against the will in this respect. But you
Okay.
must understand that there is two wills here. There is the conscious will, and then there is the more of the unconscious will in terms of contract. So even though those that may even still be taken up on a ship seemingly against their will, it is not.
well, my
See?
question is though, is that if they're willingly going up on ships and willingly donating their ovum or whatever it is, and there's a conscious or an unconscious understanding that that's what they're going to do, does the other species, are they able to access the DNA that we're not able to access?
Yes, they have technologies that can do this.
So they can extract the more powerful part of our DNA that we don't have access to.
They can, yes.
Okay, so that's why they want it, because they can have that part.
Very much so.
Okay, thank you.
But there is more to it than this. But we are not going to get into that now.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why do we have the third eye? I have two parts to this question, if I may. And what does it really, the purpose of our third eye? And somebody calls it, Ashtar calls it our wisdom eye. What is the use, why do we have one? And what is the use of it?
The third eye, as you are calling it, is really the window to the soul. It is really that connection to your higher self. And when the third eye has been shut down, you might say, or made more dormant, that connection to the higher self has not been severed, but it has been lessened. So that the one who has had this happen is less and less aware of their connection to Creator Source. You see? And this was the programming that was created by the Cabal over many thousands of years here to bring this about so that so many are not even aware of this third eye as you are. They may know of a gland, but they know of the pineal gland as being nearly useless. That was programmed. Because if they shut down this connection, or if they shut down the third eye center and make it dormant, then the one who has had that happen is no longer feels or knows the connection with their higher self. Now, the reverse of that, open up the third eye center and your entire world changes. Everything shifts. You see everything differently now because you are using your normal vision, your two eyes, but it is working through the third eye. They're working in tandem. You see?
Well, I'd like to make this statement. I have had very difficult visual impairment, and now I really see well, and I really do believe it's my third eye helping, because I do see my higher self in the mirror, and I thought that I didn't realize it was my third eye that was seeing that. And I was telling other people, well, you can see your higher self in the mirror, but their third eye wasn't open. And I mean, I didn't know it was my third eye as I know now. And I do have to admit that my life has changed tremendously since my third eye has opened. It's just remarkable. Even into the universe, I've gotten messages and contact, and especially with my twin flame.
Yes. Your third eye center is a gateway into the cosmos. Think of it in that respect.
Wow. Thank you.
To higher expansion of consciousness.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Any further question here? We need to release channel here. Anything further?
Yes, I have one. Yes, I have one more question, please.
Yes.
I'm just very interested in Telos and Mount Shasta. And my question is, if any one of us who is awakened, who has our third eye open, who feels like we may be one of the 144,000, if we were to take a trip to Mount Shasta, I've heard of, stories of people who have met people who have invited them into the mountain, which could be Telos or Gartha. Is this something that is possible for us right now in our physical bodies, or is that something that will come in time?
It's all about vibration, intention, and connection. Those three things. So those who have been invited in previously have the vibration, the intention, and also the connection to those that they are being invited by. You see? Take for example here the opposite of this. Even here, the one we speak through, James, went to Mount Shasta, expecting to go find the entrance and be invited in. And all he found was a lot of snow and Bigfoot out there. At the entrance. Because it was not time, so the vibration wasn't yet right. The intention was there, but the connection also was not there. So missed on 2 out of 3 here. You see?
But wouldn't the invitation come if there's no attachment to it?
Yes, very much so.
If you're attached to it, you're not going.
Yes.
And if you feel that attachment,
It has to do with vibration, you see. So if you are feeling an attachment here, the vibration is not where it needs to be. Let go of the vibration, or let go of the attachment, your vibration goes up, and then we'll see. You see?
And are
Anything
there people here within the earth that have come and gone through there, or is it kind of like a one-way ticket? Once you go in, I'm sure you wouldn't want to leave because it's so beautiful, but are there people who have come and gone, or gone and come back?
Once you go in, you are not swallowed up there. It's not a one-way ticket.
Gracefully, but that's pretty much what I'm asking.
Yes. There have been times where you might say it is a one-way ticket in terms of they were brought in and they were not that they weren't allowed to leave, but they did not want to leave, you see? And there have been times, though, where some have gone in and come back out as well. Very much more higher vibration than before they went in.
So amazing. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. We need to release channel here now. Just to know that continue on every day, going through your motions, not being in the illusion, though. Find yourself more and more pulling out of this illusion, this 3D illusion, and raising your vibrations whenever possible. And as you continue to raise your vibrations, you will see more and more of the beauty all around you. And as you see the beauty all around you, your vibrations will go up. And as your vibrations go up, you will see more of the beauty. And the veil will continue to drop and drop and drop. Okay? Shanti, peace be with you. Be the one.
Thank you.